Another naive disaggregation that we've been working with is when we get aggregated billing cycle data. Typically a utility reads all their customers in a month. If you're a meter reader, you read one set of customers on the first of the month, another set on the second of the month, and so on, to the point that all the meters you read this month, well, half the gas, half the days were in the month you read it, where half the gas was used, half of the days that you used gas would have been in the previous month. But there are times when we only get one number per month, or one number per month by customer class. And so we need to figure out, can we use this data? About typically half the gas would have been burned that month and half the previous month. And so what we do is, in a naive disaggregation, we just put together a triangle. So we got very little gas of that number was read in, the number was read in this blue, for this month in the blue square. Very little of it was burned on the last few days of that month. A whole lot more of it on the first days of that month and the last days of the prior month, where the first few days of the prior month, very little gas was burned. That's the naive explanation of how to use these bills. And so we end up with all these bills that overlap. These naively disaggregated bills, if you will, they're actually not bills. Well, I don't know if you want to call them bills or not, but they overlap because the bills, I'm looking at this purple one here, that's the meters that were read in February. A lot of that gas would have been burned in January, but also you read meters in January, which would have been read in December, and so on. So if we add up all those triangles, we get this orange curve here, and I've actually put the daily data stream. Again, this is validation data. Can we disaggregate this orange curve, or actually all of the triangles, the colored triangles? Can we disaggregate these so that it matches is close to the actual? And so here on the top plot is the naively disaggregated. Interestingly enough, this is the same data set we looked at before with just the calendar month before. We're about the same weighted MAPE, actually slightly better weighted MAPE than RMSE. But when we do the model-based disaggregation, can't get quite as good, but I'm not surprised because the data is not quite as defined by its intervals, but we still have knocked it down to 7.3 weighted MAPE, or the RMSE is at 25. So it's an overview of the algorithm that we're running.
Just some reminders here, some office hours information. So we like to discuss, we like to talk, we want to hear what's going on the other side of the forecast. So please reach out to us so we can discuss and talk about these topics and hear what's going on with you guys. So Ron Brown, his information's over there on the left, and my information's over on the right. You can reach out to either of us, and we'd be happy to talk and discuss different things.
And I would encourage you to do this because, as Alex said, that the ideas for these studies has really come from you guys. If we can help you out, Tom yesterday mentioned that this project started in 1993. So I've been doing this 30 years, and I would quite often walk into. Back then, it was the Wisconsin Gas Company. Work with the people there. They're the ones who taught me the gas industry. And at the end of the meetings, I would wander into the control room and sit there and talk to the old guys in the control room and listen to their stories and figure out how to help them. Now I am one of the old guys, but I still want to hear your stories. And so,
yeah,
please reach out to us. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.